So in this question, a line passes through points A and B. What is the slope? Is the line horizontal or vertical? Write its equation. So my 2 points here are 2 and negative 20. B is 2 and 20. You know, when you write your equation, when you write the question, can you see I'm writing the same thing, yeah? When you write, you start reading and understanding. I have noticed that the x is the same when I wrote it. The x is what? Same. So these 2 points, if I plot them, one of them is A at 2, let's say this is 2, this is negative 20. Negative 20 somewhere here. Okay, this is your A. If I plot B, it's 220 somewhere here. This is your B. This is 20. Can you see that two lines, these 2 points, if they are on a line that is like this, yeah? This line is what type of line? Vertical, so I'm answering this part. It's vertical. What is the slope of a vertical line?
Undefined.
And defined. Slope and defined. So we answered this part. Slope and defined, vertical. Write this equation. Vertical line is always x equals whatever you have here. 2. And we are done. Now, let's say you didn't think about drawing it. Okay? And you started solving with the slope. Okay? I'm going to clear this. And I show you another way of approaching this type of questions. So you start calculating the slope. You know that the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you start calculating y2 is 20 minus y1 is negative 20 with the bracket over x2 is 2 minus 2. So you get here minus plus 20 plus 20 40 over 0 and define it. Can you see? You get it and define. If you didn't approach it using the drawing. So you get it and defined. As soon as you get it and defined, you know that your line is what? Vertical. Equation, straight away equation is x equals, and you take your x. Can you see x is constant? X equals 2. And you do. This is another way to approach this problem. Now, in this question, the line passes through these 2 points A and B. And they are asking for the slope. They're asking if it is horizontal or vertical. And the equation. Okay, so if we start, you can approach this by graphing or approach by calculating the slope. Let's start using the graphing method. Usually when they ask you about horizontal or vertical, make sure you think it's one of them, yeah? And horizontal, vertical is better if you approach them by graphing. So the graph here, 5, negative 3, let's say this is 5. This is negative 3. This is your point, point A. Negative 5, negative 3, so negative 5 can be somewhere here. And the y, negative 3, so this is your point B. So your line is this line. As you can see, it's horizontal line. So the answer to this part is horizontal. The slope for horizontal line is 0. Slope equals what? 0. The equation for this line is y equals constant. Any horizontal line, y equals constant. Take any constant here, this y. Can you see this y? Or this y is the same. So y equal negative 3. We are done. Another way to solve this is to start from calculating the slope using the formula of the slope. Some students, they don't want to graph, or maybe they're not confident in graphing, so you solve it algebraically. You start with the slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is your slope, okay? And you take the y from here. They are the same. And you see, minus 3 negative minus negative 3. This is y2 minus y1 over x2 negative 5 minus x1, which is 5. Calculate this. Minus negative 3 minus negative 3 is 0 over negative 10, which is what? 0. So the slope is 0. You should know that when the slope is 0, the line is what? Horizontal. And the equation is y equals constant. And the constant, you take it from the coordinate of the point B or A. They are the same. Negative 3. This is another way to solve this question. Okay. So here it says, state the slope of the line of equation y equal negative 1 over 4. Normally, you should be familiar with this. This is a horizontal line like this, at negative 1 over 4 on the y. Negative 1 over 4. Horizontal line. Remember? Horizontal line. Any horizontal line has a slope of 0. Slope of 0. That's it. That's what I expect from you. Just state it. In case you forget to solve it this way, you should remember that you can calculate the slope using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay? An equation like this gives you a line with all the points with y equal negative 1.4. That means if you take any 2 points on this line, the y is always constant, negative 1.4. Negative 1.4. Any point you take on this line, you take x whatever. You take 0, 1, any value. So if you calculate here, you get negative 1.4 minus negative 1.4, y2 minus y1, over 0 minus 1 or 1 minus 0. Can you see that here you get 0? That's why you get slope 0 of 1 equals 0. This is not the way to calculate the slope, but I don't advise you to do this. Just remember, horizontal line, slope equals 0. Now, state the slope of the line of equation x equal 2 over 3. If you are familiar with this type of equations, if you graph this line, x equal 2 over 3, let's say this is 1, 2 over 3 is somewhere here, 2/3. 2 over 3 is somewhere here. X equal 2 over 3 is a vertical line. Vertical line. This is the equation x equal 2 over 3. Any vertical line has a slope undefined. Undefined slope. That's all. We say slope is undefined. I hope I spelled it properly. That's it. If you want to calculate the slope, if you take 2 points, there is no change in y. That means there is no change in x. Change in x is 0. So we calculate slope delta y over delta x. You get something like delta y over 0. And delta y over 0 is undefined. You cannot divide by 0. That's why vertical line has a slope and it has no slope, undefined slope. That's it.